Morning guys, how y'all doing? Well, as you can guess, it's a cold morning. Water temperatures are about 50 degrees. And today we're gonna go after some trout, and we're gonna talk a little bit about just finding isolated structures. So on a lot of my older trout videos, I've always talked about shelly bottoms and just other different types of bulky structures, but I kind of wanted to just pinpoint isolated structure. So isolated structure can be pretty key for grouping different species. Today obviously we're talking about trout, but if it's an area that's got some really good flowing water and you just so happen to come across let's say a wood pylon, that can hold some good stuff. And on this episode of Next Level Fishing TV, we're going to talk about the importance of that, and I'm going to show you guys just how concentrated these fish can get in and around that sort of a scenario. So y'all stick around guys, we're going to get started here soon. I'm almost to the spot, and I'll show you guys what I'll be using amongst other things. So first of all, Tammy Morissette, you have got to be the luckiest kayak angler I know. Congratulations to Tammy. She won our giveaway from the last episode. And I'm probably never gonna do it in that style ever again. There was probably about 500 or 600 entries, and what I just did was a random number roll. My email, and it continues to get flooded. So I'm gonna probably stay away from the email giveaways and probably do something a little bit more live, or kind of connected to our, somebody just got in a wreck there, that's not good, or connected to maybe our other social media platforms, just to kind of bring it all full circle. So Tammy, I will get with you. Congratulations. That's crazy because I know you, and there wasn't actually that many people here locally that submitted. Most people were from well out of Texas. So I thought that was just crazy luck there, but it is what it is. Congratulations. So today it's cold. It's not bone cold, but it's cold. What's the weather like today?
Right now in Corpus Christi it's 52 degrees and cloudy. Today it'll be cloudy with a forecasted high of 55 and a low of 47.
So I've been having a lot of really good luck on that pink corky, and I've stuck a few on some other colors, but we'll talk about those later on. So I think today we're going to stick with the pink and hopefully get ourselves a stud trout. Corky fishing is definitely by far one of the more popular choices that a lot of you guys will see, especially during the winter when things sort of slow down. But what's funny about the corky is you really don't see it used a lot dominantly by a lot of anglers, especially a lot of recreational anglers, or just folks who are still kind of learning how to use this lure. It can be difficult to transition into a corky, and there's different variations of corkies, right? So this is the Paul Brown original that I have on today, and there's a couple things that we'll talk about with corky fishing. So one of the biggest topics about this style of fishing is how well it sinks through the water column. It's not a fast descent, and obviously there's a reason for that, but a lot of people tend to be a little bit confused, or they'll ask a question on, well, how fast is this thing actually sinking? You'll hear a lot of 1 second every foot. You hear a lot of, well, stretch that out to 1.5. I've even heard of guys saying 2 seconds per foot. The important thing to understand about the corky, and obviously it being tied to a line, is it's very water driven, dependent on how fast it's going to sink. I have timed this in sort of like a free tank where you drop it and it will actually descend at about a foot a second. But anytime you have any moving water, it really does change the dynamics of that. And so some guys will swear by 1.5 second every foot, and it's really not so much that, you know, there's a lot of different variables too. You know, has your lure been hit? Does it have any punctures to where maybe some water might have sinked in, and that can really sort of disturb the way it goes down. But one of the key things about this type of lure, especially with trout fishing, is understanding the beast itself, right? So trout are just true ambush predators. Many times trout will actually look up, right? So they'll be hunkered down, riding low, and they'll be looking to seize opportunity going up. And so what that does is this type of lure, particularly this exact one, this style of one, you know, it has something called it's a nickname. We refer to it as the death wobble or the death drop. And it just, to me, I feel like it's just that perfect presentation that if a trout does make eye contact with this and he's looking at it for an ambush opportunity, just the way it flutters down, man, I feel like it's just, it's irresistible for trout, you know. They hammer it, they get real aggressive. The thud of a trout can truly be felt on this style of lure. So that's what we're going to be using today. I just thought I'd share just that little bit of info. If you guys have any questions that I didn't cover or are curious about Corky fishing in general, definitely comment below. I'll do my best to answer them all. I know that Corky's going to test your patience, but give it a shot. You know, give it a chance, and really just sort of stick with it. You know, there's nothing against, you know, right behind me I have AM Fishing. I use those like 90% of the year. Boca Chica, all that stuff, you know, paddle tails, grub tails. You can come out in this particular situation and just absolutely destroy the fish. But you'll also cycle through a lot of smaller ones. You guys might not really care about cycling. You just want to catch some good eaters. Well, that's fine. Use whatever you're confident with or comfortable with. But coming from somebody like me who's a tournament fisherman, where I'm looking for the best quality, I don't care about catching 15 amazing average trout. I really need to cycle those out and bring in the ones that are going to put me up to a possible podium contention. So that's what I do. We are maybe about 200 yards from our area. We'll get a few casts and we'll see if we can get a trout thud. Stick around. The spot lock on this is pretty neat. So I usually cruise like at about 1 and 2, just because it gives me about a mile at that speed, a mile per hour. And that's typically the speed I like to sort of creep up on structure. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to actually slow down just a little bit more because I'm working with some current. First trout of the day. About a 2.5. 2.5 pound, almost 3 pounds. Probably about slide down here. Oh, so we're down. Right at 19 inches. Not bad. A 19-inch trout for our first one. We're not keeping any fish today, so we'll let this one go. Thank you, Mr. Trout. And so that one was sort of a, I don't know. That one was kind of a funky little bite. Of course, on every trout and on every hit that you get on the corky, just be sure to kind of straighten everything back out. We'll try it again. Here we go. Oh boy. We got it. We got something good here. This one took off. Pill and drag. If it's a trout, it's probably a pretty decent one, to say the least. Come on, baby, come up. Or I've got it hooked wrong. One of the two. Come on, girl. Championship sheepshead. Heck yeah. Hey, I'll take a sheep's head. We're busting out This is kind of a nice little surprise here. In case you guys have never seen a sheep's head. I don't know if I've ever caught a sheep's, well, I don't know if I've ever caught a sheep's head for a YouTube video. I mean, I've caught plenty of them, but this is a fun little catch. Sheep's head are actually super good eating. It's that time of year for them. Known for their teeth, so got this guy nice, secure, and tight. But if you look at their teeth, resemble humans. Pretty cool. And then they got their crushers in there as well. So it's a fun catch, dude. We're gonna let this one go, but sheep's head on a corky, well, that's the first for me, so it's pretty cool. We'll let this one go though. I don't really know. I know redfish can push out trout. I don't know how aggressive sheep's head are, but could, you know, if they don't like to hang around each other and mesh, that could be why we've got kind of a slow trout bite today. It happens, right? So we've got a trout, we've got a sheep's head, pretty decent one at that. Oh, here we go. Here we go. That's a good trout. Also another 19, 20-inch trout. Beautiful. Corky. We'll let this one go. He's on. Oh, we do have fish here now. Yeah, I'm marking them now. I just saw two. There we go. That's a better one. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Woo! That's a good trout right there. One drag. Third one. Let's see if we can land it. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Ah, that's the one we're after. Oh yeah. That's the one, boys. That's the trout we're after today. Well, folks, this is a good trout that we've got here. Let me get these hooks out. This is a beautiful female. Probably pushing about 26, 27. And boy, you know, it's always special whenever you catch these. And stoked to bring it to you. Gosh, just look at that. These just, they never get tiring, dude. Yee. Look at that girl. Gosh, that's just a beauty. Oh yeah. Slimy, I don't care. That was fun. Well guys, thanks for tuning in, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I kind of questioned it at first, you know, we caught a couple decent 18, 19s, and then all of a sudden we switched up and caught a sheep's head on a corky. I'm sure I snagged it. I don't think it tried to eat, but even though it kind of was on the side of its gill plate there for a little bit. But at any rate, man, this has been fun. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And we're going to continue to be trout fishing this year. I've gotten a lot. I haven't shown you guys a lot of the top-notch content, but I am on that's number 18 actually. For well, I'm sorry, I take that back. I wouldn't count that as a trophy. I'm on number 17 for just in the last few months as far as trophy trout fishing goes. That's about 28 and up is what I classify as trophy class. So it's been fun, guys. We'll see you guys soon. Like, subscribe, share this video with all your friends if they like to see quality, top-notch kayak fishing.